What's up, guys? We are live from the Brojo for another episode of the Takedown Breakdown.
Woo!
I am your host, Kian Ibanez, and I am here today
You're not
with...
Kian, not Keith anymore?
I'm Kian, not Keith, but like this one, I don't know.
Let's say, are you going to retire that moniker?
I am not, actually. I've actually been like putting just our names for a lot of the end credits. Like at first it was regular guy Zach and things like that.
And now
like,
it's just Zach.
Zach, and it was like
Gil.
Sad Gil. Well, originally like Sad Gil and Angry Eli were the monikers I put.
I thought Eli was our local anarchist.
But he's much more angry.
But he's he says it himself.
Yes, but so regular guy Zach is here.
Yeah.
If he wants to use that moniker. And
Trademark that.
trademark the shit out of it. And it's been really rainy over here, guys. I don't know about you guys. But,
Our towns have been flooding.
Yes, we had a foot of water last night that Jade drove through and apparently might have messed his car up a little. So, yeah, no. So that's been happening to us, and, you know.
Sucks because all of our crops are coming in and the fields are flooding.
Yeah, see, I think that's the one thing that's why I texted you about that. I was like kind of worried, like
As far as I know, one of mine, or one of my dad's, is partially flooded, and I don't know about any of the others. Those are all in Calumet.
That's good. So, let's go into the two major news stories that we have, and one of them is Big Cass got fired.
This really surprised me. How did you feel about it?
I was actually very surprised too.
Yeah? It looked like he was in line for something big, didn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, he lost to Daniel Bryan, of course.
But, like, it looked like they were going to do something, like, that was the push he needed.
Right.
So, Enzo, if you need someone to help rap with you.
What are Enzo and Big Cass doing in the Impact Zone?
Oh, gosh. That could actually happen.
I mean, I could see Big Cass going to the Impact.
Yeah, I don't think isn't Enzo done wrestling, or am I wrong?
I don't know. I haven't kept up with him since his latest rap video.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's very surprising Big Cass was let go. Did you hear the rumors as to why? Like, there are reports as to why he was gone. Booted.
Apparently, it was tension, wasn't it?
Poor backstage attitude. He was intoxicated in public on one of their tours, and yeah, bad attitude backstage apparently.
You can't do that, guys. I'm just saying.
I was actually pretty upset with WWE for releasing him because it's just like it seemed like there were such big plans for him to do something, and then he just gets the boot.
Right.
Just out of the blue.
Right.
And also, they didn't wish him well in his future endeavors either. They just said, Big Cass has been released, and that was it.
Yeah, but you know, I kind of see it like this, Zach, and
I can understand why they did it. Like, once the reports came out, I was like, okay, that's understandable.
Right. I was gonna say, like, I'm not trying to like dog on you.
Like, that was before I knew
but
the reasons.
It's right when I texted you. I'm assuming that you.
Yeah,
Sorry,
like right when you text me and I looked at it, I was like, okay, this is stupid. And then the reasons came out. I was like, okay, that's understandable why he was let go.
Right, and so that's where I stand. Like, yo, I'm not like. It's just kind of like, man, he kind of did shitty things, so I don't think he should be like.
I mean, not as shitty as some people have been let go.
Right, but like my thing is like, if obviously like it's like when I brought up a lot of people on my social media feed are still very mad that Danny Masterson is being replaced on the ranch after he like sexually assaulted someone.
People are upset about that?
Yeah. They're like, the show's not going to be the same, and this, and that's stupid. The Netflix sucks. And I'm like, well, Netflix has every right to like let someone go if they don't think they're right. And this is the same thing with WWE. I know WWE has some skewed shit, but like my thing about this also is just like, it's just like the Enzo Amore thing. Like, is that shitty for him? Of course it is, but WWE had every right to do that, and then he made a shitty rap album.
Not album, but he's put out 2 singles.
You know what I mean, though?
Yeah, I know.
And then, like, the thing that also gets me about that Enzo Amore story is that, like, his fans also stalked the girl who accused him. So, like, that's also shitty, though, too, on his behalf. Like, I just want to point this out. Like, I'm glad that he's like not guilty or whatever, and he didn't sexually assault someone. But to like praise your fans, to be like, yeah, they stalked and watched her. I'm like, that's shitty. Like, you had me as like, man, I'm glad you didn't really do this. But then you were like, fucking A, hold my beer. So, Big Cass, for me, Big Cass, I wish the best for you. I personally did not like you as a wrestler. I thought you were kind of boring. But I hope your future endeavors do well, and maybe it looks like a lot of people are killing it in the indie circuit that leave WWE. So
he's the next Drew McIntyre.
Maybe. Did you see that this is another one in the news. WWE is like throwing money for Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks?
I don't think they'll get them, but
that
doesn't surprise me.
They're like chucking money at them. They're like, yo, dog.
Okay, what? Kenny just won the IWGP Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah, I know.
The Young Bucks just won the Heavyweight Tag Team titles.
Right.
I don't think they're leaving New Japan anytime soon.
I don't think so either.
Plus, New Japan, since AJ, the Good Brothers, and Nakamura left, have implemented not year-long contracts, but multi-year contracts.
Which is smart on them. Very much so.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. They're just like, yo, bro.
Yeah.
WWE's like,
you got
money? I got money.
And then New Japan's like, yeah, but you're a star here.
You got a contract. And that's the thing, man, that just blows my mind is that, like...
Would you want to see Kenny Omega or
Absolutely.
the Young Bucks step foot in WWE?
Absolutely not,
no. To be honest with you, I'd be interested in seeing some cross-brand promotion.
Right.
Like, send some New Japan guys to WWE, and then send WWE guys to New Japan. Kind of like what Ring of Honor and New Japan do. However...
But you already have Ring of Honor doing that.
Yeah, I know. But Triple H has actually gone on record saying he would be open to doing that.
I'm assuming it's the Vince McMahon feller that...
Well, actually, have you seen... I've noticed on their YouTube channel, they've been uploading some TNA stuff on their official YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Like, they uploaded stuff about the final deletion and AJ Styles' time in TNA. Because I think it's his stage name is Brother Love, but his podcast discussed AJ Styles and TNA. So I was like, I don't know what's going on there.
I really, if they do it, sure, that's perfectly fine. But like,
if they go to WWE?
Well, no, if they do
cross promotion,
yeah. But I would definitely. My thing about cross brand is that you have it so really well with Ring of Honor. You know what I mean? And the thing that I want to point out with Ring of Honor is that they're basically playing what the IGOW, the GDOW was in Tiger Mask, which they were heel as fuck and they were American trying to take over NJPW. I don't think I want WWE to do that because they would do it very, very wrong.
What, take up? You mean the use of Japan?
Yeah,
Japanese talents?
Their story.
Well, yeah.
I think would be shit. And so I would, as much as interesting as that would be, I don't want that because Ring of Honor, I know, did it better. And like, that's what I'm going to judge that on. It's like also, it's like how I was tethered to the Nakamura Styles match in Japan.
I think a lot of people were, though.
And then let down.
Yeah, a lot of people were.
That's what I mean, though. So like, I know from past experiences that I am not going to get the same thing.
Well, the weird thing about that, too, is that how long were they given at WrestleMania? Because I only watched highlights. I didn't get the full match. I think it
was
time.
A long match.
Was it the same amount of time as Wrestle Kingdom?
I don't think it was, though. I think it was shorter.
Well, see, that's the weird thing. Like, even if it's like 5 minutes shorter, they could have at least gotten it maybe a little below their Wrestle Kingdom match. But at the same time, I also know WWE is more for the entertainment than the wrestling portion.
Right, and see, that's where we messed up. Just in general, all fans who messed up about wanting to see the Styles Nakamura rematch.
It's funny because now everybody wanted the Styles Nakamura feud to just end.
Right.
Like, now everyone's like, get this. Like, when I was keeping up with Money in the Bank online, everybody was like, end this fucking last man standing match. I'm just like, wow, how things have changed.
Yeah. And, another sad thing is is that Big Van Vader has passed away.
Yeah, that was really sad. He's actually my favorite big man wrestler.
Yeah, he passed away. Was cardiac or heart problems?
I think so. Yeah.
See, and that's the thing that's shitty. And one positive note, WWE is like thinking about putting him in the Hall of Fame.
Well, see, here's the thing. When he was told he had only 2 years to live, they could have done it while he was still alive, too.
Right.
I think he even requested to be put in the Hall of Fame while he was still alive, too. And fans even, they probably made a petition to put Vader in the WWE Hall of Fame while he was still alive.
Yeah, and
I mean, I can understand the reason not to, because I think they already have names lined up
for
the year prior.
Yeah.
So I can understand them not doing that, and I can also understand them putting him in now.
Right.
I mean, he is worthy of a Hall of Fame induction.
Oh, very much so.
Like, just his work in Japan even was worthy enough. His work in WCW is enough.
Right. So, that's just a really sad moment in the wrestling
community. I've heard nothing but good things about Vader backstage, so...
Yeah, see, and that's the thing. As long as it's good things backstage, it's just like, it kind of sucks to know that, like, shit happens like this. It's shitty. You don't... 62 is such a young age nowadays, too.
Right.
That's the thing that's also shitty.
Well, I mean, the wear and tear of what you do eventually will
Right, and that's the thing that, like, I feel like as much as people will call out how fake WWE is and like wrestling, how fake wrestling is, that's still a toll on their body. That's still, they're gonna have concussions, that's going to affect them.
People have died in the ring too.
They've died in the ring. Look at Chris Benoit. I keep up to fucking pointing that out. You know what I mean? He literally hurt so bad. You know what I mean?
His brain scan was that of an 80-year-old person with Alzheimer's after he died.
That's what I mean, and it blows my fucking mind that, like, everyone... That everyone's still, like, like, yes, wrestling is an entertainment business, but they put their body on the line all the fucking time. And I think that's the thing, like, that people never understand. People get injured, and they have to... It's their livelihood, and they don't get paid that much while they're on injury leave.
I mean, it depends on how the company views you. Like, in Dean Ambrose's case, I'd still think he's getting paid pretty well.
You know what I mean, though?
Yeah.
It's not as much as he would be performing.
Well, yeah, but I'd still say it's more than what, like, someone who doesn't show up weekly on TV would get.
Exactly, like, but it's that thing, though. Like, this is their livelihood. So just remember that. And
for some people, like, they can find ventures outside, but there are some people within that business that just, live, sleep, breathe, eat this whole business. So.
Yeah, so there's that. Then we go into Takeover Chicago.
NXT Takedown Breakdown.
Yeah. Maybe one day.
No, I don't. What, you want us to go to an NXT show?
No, like...
We had the opportunity to, but I worked that day, so...
Oh, no, what I mean is, like...
Oh, an actual takeover event?
Yeah, just be on, like, a panel or something one day.
I'd go to the fucking Chicago one.
Yeah. The tag team title match, Danny Burch and Oney Larkin versus the Undisputed Era.
The crowd was hot for Undisputed Era.
Dude, this was a fun match, man.
Apparently, I'm really surprised the reception Lorcan and Burch got. They were booed, weren't they?
Yeah.
I mean, it might be because they weren't really built up as credible challengers before they were given this shot.
Right.
But at the same time, I think their reputation precedes them because they're pretty stiff in the ring, and Roderick Strong and Kyle O'Reilly are no slouches to that either.
It was still a good match.
Yeah, from what I watched, it was awesome.
High octane match. It just...
One of the best matches of the night.
Yeah, and it ended with O'Reilly and Strong defeating Lorcan and Burch. So.
Hell yeah.
Ricochet versus Velveteen Dream.
Another good match.
Yeah, no, this was like, again, NXT always seems to be killing it with the matches, man. It's just...
Something I was thinking about earlier was NXT is kind of like moving into like Japan territory or Ring of Honor territory as far as ring work goes. Like
Right.
they've kind of been racking up 5-star matches from Dave Meltzer's score.
Right, and that's my thing. It's just awesome.
Yeah.
It sucks when they get into the main roster and then shit just.
I mean, it depends on how you're booked. Like
I know.
I'm trying to think of someone on the main roster who's come from NXT and has been doing fairly well. The two that come to mind for me, and people will disagree with me, of course, but Kevin Owens and Finn Balor. I mean,
You're wrong.
You could argue how they're being booked, but when you see someone like Bo Dallas, who at one point was the longest reigning NXT champion, they're booked. Those two are booked eons better than Bo Dallas.
I believe Bo Dallas is just sucking. I'm kidding. I'm done. I just wanted to make that one believe pun, and it ended in Ricochet defeating Dream.
Yeah. The question is, where does Dream go now?
Main roster.
I don't know about that.
I believe that's what actually one of the rumors was, is that he's taking the main.
Well, yeah,
roster.
because John Cena's been saying, I want to fight Velveteen Dream or something like that. But like,
do you think it'll happen?
What if John Cena went to a takeover event to face Dream?
I don't want that.
What if that happened?
I definitely don't want that. That seems like
for me that'd be dope, because it's just like you got the biggest attraction coming into an NXT arena. He'd probably be booed. I don't know, but I think that'd be awesome. But if he doesn't go to the main roster, what's next for him? He's already lost to the current NXT champion in Aleister Black.
I guess it'd be him being stagnant.
I mean, he could find someone else to feud with, I guess.
I mean, that's probably the one thing, is that he'd probably end up stagnant to me. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that would probably be where he would go if he can't.
I think to me it'd be too soon. I feel like he has more to do in NXT. Like, he could be NXT North American champion if he wanted to.
Right. And
I mean, if they wanted to book him that way. But then again, Adam Cole hasn't done enough with that title.
Right.
Like, he just got it, it feels like. He
right.
basically did.
NXT's Women's Championship match. Nikki Cross versus Shayna Baszler.
I really wanted Nikki Cross to win.
Yeah.
I really wanted Nikki Cross to win. To me, Shayna Baszler's being booked kind of like Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
But she shows up almost every week.
Yeah.
But, you know, it was still good.
I think, okay, here's my thing. It feels like they're taking a bunch of these MMA people and just putting them on this pedestal. You know what I mean?
Right.
Where it's just like, see, wrestling can go up against MMA. Come on, guys.
I mean...
Like, and that's where I stand, where I feel like it's going.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I can see that, because, you know, you're seeing it with Ronda Rousey on the main roster. You're seeing it with
Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, Brock Lesnar and Shayna Baszler, too. And the other two UFC horsewomen are training to become wrestlers, so we'll see what happens.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Apparently, those are reports that they were training with Natalya or something to become WWE performers.
I had no idea. See, that's the thing that gets me, though, is just like... And I'm going to say it's because the UFC might have some shoddy things going for them.
What do you mean?
Business-wise.
Oh, okay.
UFC's a little bit shoddy.
I don't watch UFC, so...
I keep up with it because I'm not a sports aficionado, people. I am a martial arts aficionado. I keep up with boxing. I keep up with professional wrestling. I keep up with UFC and pride fighting.
Jesus, you're our Mauro Ranallo.
What's that? Who's that?
He was the commentator for NXT. He keeps up with Showtime Boxing and MMA, too. He calls for them as well. That's why he wasn't at Chicago, because he was doing something for Showtime Boxing.
Well, I do really have to point out, though, if you want to understand how at least the fighting world, let's put air quotes, there's different kind of sports things, like there's the ball sports and things like that. Don't really give a shit about, but you can understand the workings of how contact sports like martial arts work, but watching every other thing and like understand that there's different. You can tell people's business through. You can reflect it, and that's why I watch a lot of those things. That's why I watch the UFC. That's why I watch WWE's business stuff, and I watch boxing and HBO stuff. So you can tell that like these people are being pushed really, really hard, like. Especially in the professional wrestling term, is because like when UFC started being big, everyone you saw it. Everyone was screaming, "Fuck professional wrestling."
Wasn't that when Brock Lesnar crossed over into UFC?
A little bit, but it was also before that too. I think that's what pushed Brock Lesnar to go to the UFC.
Was it when Ken Shamrock was still in mixed martial arts?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure Ken Shamrock was in UFC, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think he was.
Yeah.
But no, it was actually from the Chuck Liddell era.
Oh, okay.
Where people were just like, and Chuck Liddell and George St. Pierre, their fights were really, really good. And so people were like, this is way better than wrestling because they actually beat the shit out of each other, which is super dangerous. Like, just to let you know, I've seen a lot of people talk mad shit on boxers and mixed martial artists and wrestlers, saying like how much they could take them on. Y'all would get your ass kicked. Like, I used to be healthy and just do I didn't do amateur boxing, but I was doing boxing classes with amateur boxers, and there ain't no way you motherfuckers would be able to like.
I know for a fact I couldn't even
Right.
last 5 seconds.
Right.
That's why I never say, "Oh, I could take you on." I was like, "No,
I
get my ass kicked."
Now let me get this straight though. I can critique your boxing and wrestling
Yeah.
as a bystander, saying that I think you could have done better.
Right.
But I will never say I will be able to do better than you.
Or that I could take you on and beat you.
As a amateur sports commentator, I can easily say that this match was an okay match. Like,
I'm
it was
basically just a fan, so.
Yeah. But you can read it. You watch it enough to know like what you enjoy and what you would expect in a match. Like that.
Right.
That's the one thing. Like we're not here because we've watched this since we were children. So we now it's not. I wouldn't say it's a science, but we know what we're looking for in a match.
Well, what's great for that is that there's more variety nowadays that are getting bigger.
Right. So like we know what we want in a match. So we this is why we talk about it. So
And that's why you listen to us talk about it.
No, that was actually like the Podbean thing. The Podbean takedown breakdown. When it's released in Podbean, there are like a good 5 to 6 people that always listen to this. So
Yeah.
thanks, guys.
We're not
Thanks
the only
for awesome.
ones that listen to. That watch wrestling in this area.
No. Well, it's not Podbean. It's like around the world.
I don't know what Podbean is.
Well, it's the where there's the audio thing that goes on both YouTube and the podcast channel, which is Podbean, and people just around the world or around the U.S. will listen to it. We have a lot of people from like the U.K. and Poland listen to some of our stuff.
I think that I need to change my moniker to Clueless Guy Zach.
So thanks, guys. Thanks, Poland and UK, if you listen to this. But I really think that like Baszler may lose her title soon.
Well, some people have speculated that because of how it ended, like not the actual ending to the match, but the ending to the segment where Cross was just smiling up at her when she was leaving was like her way of saying, "We're not done yet."
Yeah.
So I wonder if they're going to get a rematch at, I believe the next takeover is Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Which is basically NXT's WrestleMania.
Yeah. So that's really exciting.
Yeah.
And I like the match though. I think like the ladies
absolutely.
at NXT just kick ass.
Yeah, they kill it.
Yeah. So NXT Championship match: Aleister Black versus Lars Sullivan.
This was another good one.
Yeah, it was actually super exciting.
Lars Sullivan, I definitely underestimated his in-ring ability. Like, I liked him, but I was like, he still has a little more to prove to me. This proved everything.
Yeah.
Like, this takeover was kind of like the coming out parties for Lorcan and Birch and Lars Sullivan.
Yeah.
To show, like, hey, we are capable of carrying matches like this.
Yeah, so it was a fun match, and Black defeated Sullivan. But
It was a nice, classic big guy, little guy match.
Yeah, so then we go into the final fight. The Chicago Street Fight. Gargano versus Tommaso.
Do I see another 5-star match for Johnny Gargano this year?
Yeah, it was fucking awesome. Good
It
God.
was. Damn, these guys beat the holy hell out of each other.
Yeah, it's insane.
Holy shit.
Like we just literally just got talking about like how everyone's like wrestling's fake, and you're just like, dude, watch these.
Yeah, take that bump that Ciampa took off that stagehand.
Yeah, nah, man. Like it was good.
Yeah. The thing that kind of bothered me at first, and I'll get to this in a second, was how Gargano had Ciampa beat twice, but then everyone just tore him away from him, and yet Ciampa just DDT'd him on the wood, and he
Yeah.
gets the pinfall. But someone pointed out that the reason Gargano lost was because he became what he hated.
Yeah.
Like, he snapped and didn't care about the victory anymore. He just wanted to, like, basically destroy Tommaso Ciampa.
Right.
And that's what cost him in the end.
Yeah. Yeah, see, that's the thing. But that's great storytelling.
Mm-hmm. But now here we go. They're one win apiece. Do they finish it at TakeOver Brooklyn, or is that the final chapter?
I think they're going to finish it. I feel like they need to finish it.
I do too. So hopefully we'll get the final one at Takedown. I'm doing it too. At TakeOver Brooklyn.
You heard it now. Takedown, breakdown, Brooklyn. We're going to Brooklyn, guys. I'm kidding.
I probably won't be able to make it to Brooklyn because I will be in Arizona in August.
Oh, what are you doing in there? We'll talk about that. Family?
Yeah.
Oh, fun.
Family trip.
The Bludgeon. Then we go into money in the bank.
Yep.
It was a show, guys.
It wasn't as good as TakeOver, but
No, it wasn't. There was a lot of low rated matches here. The first one being the Bludgeon Brothers versus Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson.
Mm-hmm. One of my coworkers who watches wrestling too was very surprised that Gallows and Anderson didn't win, and I
am not.
I told him, I was like, the Bludgeon Brothers have only just begun their title reign. They just got out of their long program with the Usos and the New Day. Gallows and Anderson are just now starting to find their footing in the SmackDown Tag Team division.
Right.
So it doesn't surprise me at all that they lost.
Yeah, well, it was not even a fun match, though. It just kind of...
I heard their SmackDown match was better.
Yes, it was.
But we'll get to that later.
Yeah, Daniel Bryan versus Big Cass. Big Cass's last match, and it was pretty fun.
I was going to say, at least he went out with a bang.
Yeah.
Another solid. It was all right.
I really thought it was fun.
Yeah. I love how Daniel Bryan's using the heel hook now as a submission. I like it more than the yes lock.
Yeah, I like this. I think, you know what? I don't want to be this guy, but I feel like maybe he's like trying to get past the yes movement.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think that's perfectly fine.
Yeah, that's like...
I'm okay with this.
To me, it's kind of reminiscent of... Again, I haven't watched a lot of his indie days, but I know that when he was the American Dragon in the Independents, he was kind of like a more methodical wrestler. Like,
right.
He'd pick you apart with his submissions.
Right. See, and, you know, like, I feel it was a fun match, and I enjoy it. Then we go to fucking Bobby Lashley versus Sami Zayn.
The blow-off to the mat. I mean, the feud.
Yeah, well, Lashley wins via pinfall.
Yeah, shocker.
Yeah, I don't even want to talk about this.
It was alright, wasn't it? It was okay. It wasn't great.
It was so lackluster, but it was better than everything else that led up to it.
I was going to say, you have to remember the storyline.
I want to point out that
it didn't make any of us excited for it.
The ending was better than the build-up. Like,
I really don't like Lashley's finisher right now.
No.
But I mean, he changed it on Raw, but I don't like how he's using the delayed vertical suplex as a finisher. Like, these days, that's more of a transitional move.
Right. Seth Rollins versus Elias for the Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah.
It was a good match. I dug it.
Yeah. Elias is doing pretty well. Are you ready to walk with Elias yet?
I told you I walked with Elias. Like,
I thought you said.
You're the one who said you were over with him for...
Kind of.
I actually...
Like, every time I say that, I watch a match with him like this, and I'm just like, I'm walking with Elias again.
Yeah. Everyone who, like, I am totally not for... Everyone's for it. And then when I'm for them, everyone's like, I hate them now. I'm like, I actually really like them now.
Yeah, well...
Like, that's what happened with the New Day. Like, I fucking hated the New Day when they first came out.
I was alright with New Day when they first came out. And
I was like...
But then I didn't get to see enough of them when they were actually heels. So I never really got to see the best parts of New Day.
Yeah, and see, like, I loved Evil New Day, and I still loved it. Like, that's the thing. Like, everyone's like, I hate Goofy New Day. I'm like, I love Goofy New Day.
Well, what's funny about Goofy New Day is that they're still basically Evil New Day. They just don't cheat anymore.
Yeah. They still do, like, legit heel-saying stuff, but they don't, like, cheat. They're just, like... but this is a match. Rollins wins to retain the Intercontinental Championship.
A lot of people thought Elias was going to win.
You know what? I would have been okay with that, actually.
Yeah, that would have been fine with me. Elias, I think he's ready for an Intercontinental title, right?
you know, I'm just gonna say this right now. I think the women's Money in the Bank was bullshit, but I called it. If you remember correctly, I said she was gonna win.
Well, I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure I said I want this person or this person to win. But I got a feeling Alexa Bliss is gonna win.
And she did, and it just made me mad. I don't know why I was mad, because like
I'm mad about it because she was dominant throughout the entire SmackDown and Raw women's division last year. And she just lost the title. I was like,
right.
Why?
I legit think it was a good match until the end. I will admit that I liked this match a lot, but the ending sullied the match for me. Like, you can have a good ass match, but if your pinfall or your submission or like just sucks,
right,
or like the way you win it sucks, this is it. There's another match like this that makes me even more angry that we will fucking get to later.
Oh boy, I can't wait for this one.
I know. I think you know which one I'm
talking about. I think I got
a
feeling what you're talking about. Yeah,
I will. I have some words.
But yeah, no, like the match was completely fine. The only reason I'm against Alexa Bliss
is because she just lost her title.
Yeah, and because she was so dominant last year.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, you didn't even... Okay, this is going to spoil it already, but you didn't even give Nia Jax really a chance with the women's title after the Alexa Bliss feud.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell?
Roman Reigns versus Jinder Mahal. This is a okay match, too.
I'm surprised the CM Punk chants got booed during this. Like, you'd think that everyone would want to, because they don't like either guy, really.
Oh my gosh, they were chanting everything from Johnny Gargano to this match sucks.
I heard the Gargano chants. I was like, that's pretty dope.
I mean...
It reminded me of WrestleMania 31 when they were chanting for Hideo Itami and Finn Balor.
Yeah. Well, Reigns wins, so...
I'm happy about that because, you know, I like Roman more than Jinder.
Yep. Then we go to Carmella versus Asuka.
Hit us with it. Tell us how much you love this match.
I fucking hate this match.
How'd you feel about the ending?
That's why I hate
when
this
James
match.
Ellsworth came back. He got the biggest pop of the night.
Yeah, well, because he randomly showed up. WWE fires him, then fucking rehires him to be Carmella's hype man after she fucking wins. Which is, okay, very understandable. I get that 100%. Yes.
Here's the thing that doesn't make sense. She was part of his beatdown when he left. Like, she super kicked him.
Yeah. But now he's back. Well, because he's a bitch boy. He's supposed to play that bitch boy character.
I know, but still, she's showed that she was done with him.
No, here it is. WWE doesn't know what to do with some of their fucking talent, and this is very 100% proof of this fucking thing. I'm pointing this out. After Asuka lost to Charlotte Flair, she has literally had nothing to do.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And this is proof.
Well,
to me, this is proof.
To me, this is proof that all that build up to before she was beaten by Charlotte has basically been undone.
Right.
She's now just another women's wrestler.
Right. She should have been in the Money in the Bank match. That is what I think.
She could have won that thing.
Yeah, she should have won Money in the Bank. Someone else, Charlotte should have refaced Carmella. Like, I mean, in my opinion.
I mean, not really, because she lost definitively at Backlash.
Okay, or someone like I would say like
Becky Lynch.
Becky Lynch could have done it. Like they have. It's just God damn it, dude. Like it's just. It was a good match.
You know,
it was a good
Asuka
match.
was a special attraction because you wanted to see if she was going to be beaten this time. It takes me back to earlier this year when she faced Sasha Banks and Bayley, and the crowd was on the edge of their seats because those are two people who you could see beating Asuka.
Right, and so that's the match. That's the match that gets me though. It's just like not that it gets me. It's just like it was a good match.
Yeah, absolutely.
Until the ending.
I mean, I kind of understand because they didn't want to make Asuka look super weak per se, but at the same time, her being distracted long enough for Carmella to just deliver a super kick kind of makes her look weak because it shows that she's easily distracted.
Right. It's very understandable. But I did really like the next match, the AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura match. It was
again, a lot of people were saying end this match, and I think that was just because it was a slow burn.
Yeah, but it was still fun.
Yeah. Would you say it's their best match in all of them?
In WWE?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. Very much so.
I don't know. I'm torn between their SmackDown match and this one.
Right. I think it was. Hell yeah, I think.
But yeah, slow burn, but that's kind of how I like it. Like how they start out slowly, you know, getting the feeling out, and then they escalate, and then they basically have you on the edge of their seats by the end.
Yes, it was fun. Then we go into that match you were talking about.
Actually, something I want to point out is I kind of wish that the Styles Clash wasn't seen as just like a signature, more of a finisher. Like when he hit the Styles Clash off the steel steps, I was like, okay, that should have been it, but whatever.
I get you. It was a fun match, but then we go...
Especially because it's seen as one of the deadliest moves because of all the injuries that have been racked up.
Oh, very much so.
Over the years with it.
Nia Jax versus Ronda Rousey, and god damn it!
Yeah, I didn't expect her to cash in so soon.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. To me, that was waste.
Before the cash in, though, Ronda Rousey's pretty good at selling.
Yeah.
Like,
my legit thing is I kind of thought like maybe Bliss would, you know, do it to Carmella. You know what I mean? Because like they seem like they might have good chemistry when it comes to, but they're both heels.
I mean, they did feud in NXT when Carmella was still with Enzo and Cass, and Bliss was with Blake and Murphy.
Yeah, so like that's what I mean. I think that would have been more interesting, but
I don't know. To me, they're kind of the same character-wise. You know, like they brag a lot, and then they're made to like put down the division.
Yeah, but you know, it was dumb. It just made me mad.
I mean, the match itself was good. Again, the match itself was good.
Yeah, the match was good, but the ending.
That's the fucking ending killed it.
This is literally what I said in the beginning of the time. You can have a fucking great match, but the ending, if it just blows, you just fucking hate it.
Seriously, when I saw that she won, I was just like, I threw my hands in the air. I was like, she just lost the title. Why is she getting it back?
Exactly. So,
like, again, she was a good champion before she was taken off after Survivor Series. Yeah. But at the same time, she was so dominant. Yeah.
WWE just doesn't know what to do with it. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just going to be honest with you, WWE. Y'all don't know what you're doing. Fine. Whatever. Then we go to Money in the Bank ladder match.
He said that, not me.
Yeah, that's fine. Kofi Kingston was the one who was the New Days.
I was going to say, wasn't there another world title match that I remembered? We already covered it, and that Brock Lesnar's Universal title. Yeah, Kofi's the representative for the New Day.
And it was a good match.
Yeah. Is this another one where you didn't like the ending?
No, I didn't mind it. I kind of like knew what was going to happen.
Okay, well, here's the thing for me is that out of all of the competitors, Braun Strowman needed the briefcase the least.
Right.
He is the most over full-time male wrestler on the.
He's very dominant.
Yeah.
So.
And he doesn't need it because he is viewed as a special attraction.
Right.
The action was great. They brought back the long distance camera, like when Shane O'Mac would jump off high buildings. They did that for Strowman when he shoved Owens off the ladder, which I thought was a nice touch.
I think it was just a fun match, though. I think it was very.
Well, usually the Money in the Bank matches or any multi-man ladder match or multi-man match, either way, is a nice little, car crash. Is a nice little car crash match that everybody enjoys.
Yeah, see, and I really enjoyed it. So, congrats, good on you, Braun.
I mean, yeah, congratulations for Braun because now he's basically guaranteed to win the Universal title. But at the same time, I don't think he needed the briefcase.
Yeah. I get you. I'm sorry, I'm just reading what's gonna happen.
That's all right.
For Raw. So now we go to Raw, and we get Ronda Rousey kicking the shit out of Alexa Bliss.
And Kurt Angle. And the referees.
Yeah, all of them. It was pretty fun.
It was kind of reminiscent of the old Stone Cold
If this
days.
means that Rousey's going to do more shit on the other shows, on Raw,
okay.
besides just look angrily at the camera,
go
for it. They've held her back for so long. Not held her back, you know what I mean? But you know what I mean? They've kept her.
Yeah, they've kept her at bay.
Yeah, so this is perfect.
But she was suspended for 30 days.
Right.
So
Like a
we're not gonna get
suspension
that
or
for a
real
while.
Suspension.
Fake.
Yeah, I assumed. So, Seth Rollins versus Dolph Ziggler?
They have good in-ring chemistry,
Yeah.
but however, Dolph Ziggler winning the Intercontinental title at the end was very surprising.
Yeah, I didn't know this was
It was an open challenge.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
Seth has been doing the open challenge thing like John Cena did with the U.S. title back in 2015.
right, so what gets me about this is like Ziggler and. So that tag team not real now?
No, they're still tagging.
Okay.
What gets me is that you would think Drew McIntyre would be the one to win a championship first.
Right. So, I don't know.
But yeah, I thought maybe they'd just destroy all the tag teams and then win the Raw tag team titles. But
Right.
whatever,
So
that works too.
Yeah, it's different.
I mean, it's great for Ziggler to win the Intercontinental title because for the longest time it seemed like they had nothing for him to do.
Yeah.
And now that he didn't really look like he wanted to be out there sometimes.
Right.
But now with the Drew pairing, he's been revitalized.
Yeah. And then Bobby Roode versus Kurt Hawkins.
Squash.
Yeah. Feel bad.
Sorry, Kurt. Now you're, what is he, 202 losses?
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of sad with Bobby Roode, too.
Yeah. Braun Strowman is calling out that Brock Lesnar fella.
Yeah, look at how well that worked at No Mercy last year.
Yeah, well, now I feel like he could actually do it. And
Oh,
I
yeah.
really just want Brock Lesnar not to have a title. I'm sorry. I'm one of those people. I know that sounds bad.
I mean, that's fine. That's completely understandable.
He's useless, in my opinion. I'm sorry. Like, anyone who's like...
To me, he's useless until he's actually there.
But he only has such short matches, though, because he can't wrestle that much.
Yeah, I know. But, I mean, last year, his Samoa Joe match was actually really good. And that was a short one.
Right, but, like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
But he destroyed Kevin Owens
Yeah.
in this segment, so.
Yeah. Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt versus Heath Slater and the Rhino. Like, we knew what was going to happen.
Mm-hmm. The
was a
B-Team
good match.
promos was pretty funny, though.
Yeah, no, it was a good match.
It was more competitive than I thought it would be. Like, Rhino and Heath Slater are viewed more as, like, jobber tag teams.
Yeah.
So that's really surprising that they got more offense in. But, hey, your boys, the Deleter of Worlds, won.
Yeah. Well, I kind of, once again, if for some reason they, like, not become a tag team, but, like, bring up that they have, like, a relation to one another.
Bo Dallas was Bray Wyatt in their mocking segment.
Yeah.
That's funny.
That is actually, that's
pretty funny.
Really good. That's a good one.
And of
But
course he'd do such a great impression because
they're brothers, yeah. That's what I mean. If Bo Dallas and Bray Wyatt were to just, like, bring up, maybe that helps the feud out just a little bit.
It might.
To bring out, like, they're related somehow. Mm-hmm. I think it would be interesting. It's one of those things.
Maybe Bray Wyatt will turn on Matt Hardy and Bo Dallas will turn on Curtis Axel and they can be a tag team known as the Rotunda Brothers.
No. I joke about that.
I mean, that is their last name, so.
I mean, it'd be fun. It'd be interesting. They look alike, too. It's like, actually, when Bray Wyatt shaves...
When Bo Dallas came back with the beard, I thought for sure he was joining the Wyatt family.
Right.
And then I was kind of disappointed.
They look very similar. It's crazy.
I hope so. They're brothers.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes brothers don't look alike. Chad Gable versus Jinder Mahal. You know what? The Jinder Mahal Chad Gable matches have always been fun because they did that like at SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's not like
watching Chad Gable in the ring kind of makes me wonder why they went with Jason Jordan as Kurt Angle's son, when Chad Gable is kind of doing more things like Kurt Angle would.
Yeah.
Like, he's doing moonsaults.
You find out that they're both his son.
That honestly would not surprise me.
And then they regained American Alpha.
At some point, I have a feeling Jason Jordan is going to come out and save Chad Gable. And then for, like, some reason, it's be like, oh, Chad Gable's also your son. And I'm just going to be like, what?
It's gonna be like...
And then everyone's going to hate American Alpha. They're all just going to be like, what the fuck?
I really like the idea that Chad Gable is like...
What if it was actually like Jason Jordan wasn't the son, but Chad Gable was the son, and Jason Jordan just faked it so he could get more opportunities?
Jason Jordan, Chad Gable are... they're separated twins at birth.
That is a total WWE storyline right there.
It's like a WWE storyline from the fucking 90s.
Vince
Like-
Russo, is that you?
Undertaker and Scotty 2 Hotty are actually separated twin brothers, even though they're not the same. Like, Hornswoggle.
Hornswoggle is Vince's illegitimate child again.
Oh, God. It was a good match. Unfortunately, Mahal defeated Gable, which...
I mean, does it surprise you, though, because they want to still push Jinder Mahal?
Yes. Sasha Banks and Bayley versus the Riot Squad, and the thing is, yes, the Riot Squad won, but the thing we got is the tension between...
Okay, but the thing is that there was tension with them earlier this year leading up to WrestleMania. But why do they keep putting them together like they're friendly again when they attacked each other backstage earlier this year, and now they're done being friends? Like, what?
I don't know.
I mean, I'm excited to see the Sasha Bayley feud because this has been boiling over
Yeah.
since last year. But at the same time, some people think it's too late. Like, they waited too late. Like, they should have had the blow off at, like, WrestleMania or something. I myself am excited for it because, you know, we've been waiting for this for so long.
Well, looks like the new feud for Bobby Lashley is Roman Reigns.
I'm actually excited for that.
I am actually
Because
really excited.
that sounds like a great match.
Yeah, it sounds like a...
Speaking of great matches, the Revival versus
Yeah, that was
versus
nice.
Bowmains, as I'm going to call them, Bobby
Yeah.
and Roman.
That was a good one, actually.
The Revival, they've been made to look like jobbers, but they held their own against
Yeah.
Roman and Bobby.
It was a fun match, though.
Yeah. It's also good to see Bobby use the spear again.
Yeah.
It bothered me so much when the announcer was like, well, that's how Roman Reigns usually finishes matches. I'm like, do you not remember his first run when Bobby used the spear and won with it all the time?
Well, you
Like,
know what?
I was honestly just like, I was flabbergasted. I was like, are you serious? Bobby Lashley used the spear before Roman Reigns did.
Right. Then we go to No Way Jose versus Mojo Rawley.
Squash match. Squash match. Squash match. Squash match.
Yeah. He's like, what are we gonna? What do you do? You know what I mean?
I like No Way Jose though.
Yeah. Then we go to Elias performs. So
Was this just a warning to Brock Lesnar or something?
I don't know who was warning.
Like, I have no idea what that was. Other than him just playing the guitar.
Then we go into Finn Balor and Braun Strowman versus Kevin Owens and Constable Baron Corbin.
I'm very surprised Corbin and Owens won.
Yeah.
Like, you think that usually after a pay-per-view, they usually have the faces still go over. Whoever won the big match win. But I guess Strowman wasn't the one who was pinned, so I guess it's alright. It's kind of good to see Corbin get the win after he was, you know, put in meaningless feuds after he lost the U.S. title last year.
Right. So yeah, that was the thing.
Are you used to Baron Corbin's shaved head yet?
Yeah, I really don't care anymore. He looks weird, but yeah, sure.
I think he looks better than when he had his longer hair.
I don't know. I don't know. He's like a business dude now.
Yeah, I could. Again, I'm not for all this authority stuff.
He's like yeah, that's what I
Like,
mean. He's basically like what Kane was back in the day.
I'm really tired of this
Turning
authority
people
stuff.
into- yeah.
Like, it's just, and especially it's coming at the cost of Kurt Angle too. Like,
Right.
Not saying like Kurt Angle should be untouchable or something, but just like Shane McMahon hasn't been seen since he announced Paige as the general manager of SmackDown, and he's not on the phone all the time to be like, oh, you did this wrong, Paige, you did this wrong, like Stephanie McMahon is. It's just getting really annoying,
Right.
to me.
Yeah. We go to, Rusev Day will finally include a WWE Championship opportunity in SmackDown.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's super exciting. James Ellsworth fits right back into his role as Carmella's side. So.
Yeah. Again, Asuka was made to look kind of dumb because, took out Ellsworth and then immediately got super kicked, and then the heels just walked off like nothing ever happened.
Yeah.
So
Then we
the
get
feud's
into-
still going on. What's next?
The feud between Jeff Hardy and Nakamura.
I'm actually excited
Yeah, I'm
for
actually
this.
really excited. Face paint Jeff Hardy and
Yeah. And now all they got to do is just bring back no more words for him.
yeah, he could actually Nakamura could actually win this. I'm actually pretty excited.
Yeah, but to me, it's just like he just had a title opportunity and he's getting another one. I mean, I guess it's kind of a It's kind of a good thing because it's like Jeff Hardy wants revenge against Nakamura for attacking him. Yeah. And yeah.
But fucking Sanity is in the main roster.
Yes. I love Sanity in NXT. I love these guys.
They took down the Usos
pretty fast. Uso Penitentiary has been destroyed.
And Daniel Bryan his next thing will be in the tag team division.
What?
It looks like.
What? Oh, you mean because the Bludgeon Brothers attacked him?
Yeah.
Well, first Gallows and Anderson faced the Bludgeon Brothers again in a rematch, which I heard was way better.
Yeah, it was a fun match.
Apparently there were more near falls, I hear. I'm saying that because I was gone for like the first hour.
You suck, Zach. I'm kidding.
I had to get food.
You suck, Zach.
I was hungry.
Just get your fucking fridge packed with food.
I wasn't gonna have another sandwich.
No, dude, I have fucking a family size.
I'm sorry, I wanted some chicken.
Captain Crunch.
I'm sorry, I wanted some fucking fried chicken.
Milk,
okay.
So I don't have to put water in it and drive to the market.
I'm sorry that I also like water in my cereal when I don't have milk at home. I live I live 10 minutes away from town. I'm not just going to waste my gas to go get milk, only milk, and then come home just for some cereal. Because when I come home, I'm not going to want the cereal anymore.
Fucking cereal rants always give me. I love it.
Speaking of cereal, do you still have some Bootios left?
No, I ate them all.
God damn it.
It's really good. Like, I highly recommend it.
What do you mean highly recommend? I was there when we ate it.
Then we go into NXT 205.
We didn't cover the gauntlet match.
Oh yeah, there was a gauntlet match.
Yeah. You just want to skip over the main event?
It was a fun match. Did you like it, Zach?
Yeah, absolutely. I got back in time to watch it.
It was fun.
Yeah.
Gauntlet!
Daniel Bryan was the heart and soul of that until Rusev came out, at least.
Yeah.
Pretty competitive with Big E and Samoa Joe. And then, like you said, the Bludgeon Brothers attacked him. I don't know why. Like, there has been no indication as to why they would attack him unless Miz paid him off or something.
They just don't like him.
It's the beard.
Yeah.
They're going to feud over beards again.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, Miz and Daniel's storyline was furthered with the Miz just coming out and just picking the bones after the Bludgeon Brothers attacked. Yeah. And then Rusev won. That was a welcome surprise.
I like Rusev. So
as good as heel work as the Miz has done, he has to do the storyline with Daniel Bryan first.
Yeah.
Before he can move on to a world title program. And it's good to see someone like Rusev, who has, to me, kind of been neglected ever since he lost the U.S. title to John Cena at WrestleMania 31. Kind of been neglected. Like, he has his moments.
John Cena.
No, that was great because John Cena did something great for the U.S. title.
Yeah, I guess.
But, yeah, it's great to see Rusev. To me, he should have had a world title opportunity a while before this. He might have, that I don't know about, but it's great to see him. It's a fresh match, too, AJ Styles versus Rusev. I have a question, though. Is Rusev a face and Aiden English is the heel? Like, what's going on with that?
Who knows?
Like, I am so confused.
Maybe they might feud.
English and Rusev?
Yeah.
You know Rusev would come out on top.
Oh, very much so. Drew Gulak versus Lince Dorado.
How many different combinations of Kendrick, Gallagher, and Gulak face off against Lucha House Party?
Man, this one actually was kind of lackluster.
To be honest, I'm kind of tired of seeing these combinations against each other because, you got other guys back there that are still kind of just sitting on the bench.
Yeah. Then TJP versus Beats a Jobber. This was actually
He didn't really beat him because he attacked him before the bell, didn't he? What were you going to say?
It was actually a lackluster match, too.
Just TJP won?
Yeah.
But it wasn't a match. It was just a segment.
Yeah.
Is he still saying I should be on this show and that show or something? Yeah, it's a big surprise.
Buddy Murphy, Hideo Itami, and Mustafa Ali faced each other. This was a fucking awesome.
It was awesome!
Oh my gosh.
I loved it!
10 out of 10.
Yes.
Really enjoyed it.
And my boy Hideo Itami won. And he didn't win with that weird variation of the go to sleep that gets no reaction. I'm sorry, Hideo, but...
It was fun. I really liked it. It was good. Oh, so much fun. Oh,
my
I
God.
loved it.
Hideo Itami proved to be a perfect foil to the high flying that is Buddy Murphy and Mustafa Ali with his strikes.
Oh, yes.
I loved it so much.
Yes, very much so. So thank you, Hideo Itami. You did good.
You showed that you are a well-placed member of the Cruiserweight roster. I wonder if this is going to translate into him facing Cedric Alexander now.
I hope so.
I want him to as well, but I have a feeling he'd lose. And that would
Probably.
crush me because I've been a fan of Hideo Itami because I went back and watched his Kenta matches in Pro Wrestling Now, and I was like, this guy is great.
Then we go into NXT.
You mean recap NXT?
Basically, yeah.
It's basically a recap of TakeOver Chicago too,
Yes.
and with 2 matches.
Yeah, Dakota Kai versus Bianca Belair.
Yeah, pretty good.
It was a good match, yeah.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. And then we had the War Raiders versus the Mighty.
They're no longer TM61. They lost.
Yes.
Which makes me question why they were given such a strong heel push in the beginning only to lose again.
And who knows?
It's just like when they were coming back and they built him up, only to lose to AOP in the first round of the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Tournament.
Still makes me mad.
It makes me mad too, and it makes me mad that this one as well. But I get that you got to push the War Raiders.
So that's very understandable. And that's been the Takedown Breakdown. Thank you guys all for listening. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share if you would like to. Don't forget to listen to if you like things besides wrestling. Don't forget to check out the Roshan Bros News, where we talk about pop culture news. And last week we talked about how Flat Earth in Australia doesn't exist.
What?
Yeah.
God damn it! The one I miss. You guys talk about Flat Earth.
Yeah, and don't forget to also check out Damn Game Boys, our weekly video game podcast.
I feel like you should have plugged these.
We
The
recap
first
the E3.
episode of the Redux Takedown Breakdown.
Well, no, like that's the thing. Like this is like it's a good ending to just bring up that. Like,
Well, yeah.
And don't forget, every Monday and Friday we have 2 short videos. We have a video essay called "What the Fact" that comes out by Friday, voiced by yours truly, regular guy Zach over here.
Woo!
And then our top 10 list, which we actually got our top 10 worst dads list that before a couple of the other like bigger websites did their top 10 worst dads.
Really?
Yeah, it's weird because like one of them just did that. So don't forget that. Where Eli and Gil talk about top 10 good or bad things. So thanks guys. Have a good night. Oh, and don't forget BroQuest, July 31st.
Check it out.